Hello, my name is Sekit. We are playing Enigmatica 10, and we're back out here at the meteor. Because for some reason, when I was here before, it did not occur to me that we can probably just silk touch these with us, right? Yeah. So, we won't take these back. Alright, I brought those back. Now, one thing I was wrong about last episode is that, oh no, that's the interface. I'll say it anyway. We can actually have a whole bunch of these controllers. We're not limited to just the one block, and that's good because of the way the cables and the channels, which we will surely get into, are like in this. So I'm gonna make a little nicer room maybe for the crystals, at least get the other blocks down, and we'll collect some and see where we are. And for our next trick, we're gonna have to get a little bit into channels, just a little bit. We're gonna need some of this quartz fiber, and then to actually make one of the cables, I'm gonna have to go smash up some more fluix crystals. Alright, we can make ourselves our first glass cable. And that's a task request? Let's see. What's it want from us? Oh, well, we get a network analyzer, that's nice. And it wants storage buses and AE power, huh? Energy acceptor or a crystal resonance generator. I think an energy, it doesn't seem like we really need it, but let's see if we really need it. I would like to get the quest reward whether we need it or not. But last time we made a grid. There we go. Or a terminal, I should say. Yeah, it's online. It appears the energy cube is a fine power source, but let's see what it wants anyway. Well, storage buses are actually not a bad idea. We would want... is there such a thing as an external? No, as an accessor. I think the storage buses are actually what we could hook up to our functional storage system. But we would need, what would we need? Let's look at those interfaces. Now, I made some more interfaces, and we got a bunch of pistons. We can go ahead and make the storage buses. And that will, okay, very good. And then we'll just need an energy acceptor. Let's take a look. Energy accept, okay, that's enough typing with Sekit. That's a flux accessor. Okay, we need a little bit more quartz glass. Alright, the glass plus 4 tin and a copper will get us that quest complete. And we'll get, oh, it gave us a crafting terminal. That's nice. Okay, so it also wants us to make covered cables and dense covered cables. We have glass cables. We can make the covered cables with just a little bit of wool. It's no problem. Drigny's been doing a great job. So, fluix covered cable. And then we could turn these in, well, those are smart. The dense, I guess, are like this. The advantage of the dense is that they hold more. You can attach more things to them. These, I guess, they want us to put all our stuff in, but we're a little bit past that point. Now what we really need is one of these ME drives. We're gonna grab a little bit of tin. And then what else was it? Okay, we have everything else that we need. If I haven't said so, ME is about, in part, storing items as energy, and you store them on disk, and you need this drive to get them onto the disk, or to store the disks is what I'm trying to say. What am I trying to say? Now, unlike refined storage, where we could just put it down, like right next to the controller, if we felt like it, this we're going to want to have attached to one of these cables. Now, did I take that thing upstairs, that network look at her? So this, well, I mean, seems fine, I guess. I don't know what it means. I'd be lying if I said I knew what any of that meant. Now, where we're going to want to start is a bunch of 1K item storage cells. The reason is the 63 types, that's, you know, how many different things you can have in there, up to 1024. That's consistent throughout the tiers, and we'll be storing our bulk items in our storage drawer system. The storage components aren't that bad. We're just kind of, is it any Certus quartz? What is that? Is it really nice like that? Yeah, it's any Certus quartz. Let's see how we're doing over here. If we got any ready to harvest. Not quite yet. I think we might be able to automate that with some kind of golem. We'll figure it out. Alright, I think we got enough for 2 here. So, storage components? Yes, indeed. And for the rest of it, it looks like it's just some copper, some redstone, and some tin. Oh, more glass. Now, even without a disk in the drive, we could still use this for crafting, so we might as well. We're 1 quartz short, darn it. Alright, 1 more quartz. Very nice, some quartz glass. And now, there's 1. I guess we have to make them 1 at a time. That's fine. We can just toss them in here. And now we have some space. We can put our glass in here. We can put all this stuff in here. We've got a search. We've got the guide. We've got a sort. Configure visible types. Sort order. Terminal settings. Can we make it bigger? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe with the resolution set lower it would be bigger. Now we're going to have to make some more disks. We can see that's got 85. Well, we haven't used that much actually. We've got room for 2,000 things in here. We're going to move some stuff from upstairs. Okay, I threw a bunch more things in there. We've now got 34 different types of things on the disk. It's, you know, about 25% of the way full, a little over. That's why I'm going to be concentrating on the 1K, because we're going to, yeah, we got to hook up those storage drawers too. Otherwise, this thing is not as useful as it could be. So we're going to get some more of that quartz. Okay, we got a bunch of cable. Now, what we want to do is dig down here. We want to turn our jetpack on. And first, we want to get that storage bus right there. Let's see, we've got priority. This is what we want. We're going to have a priority of 10, so that whenever anything enters the system that corresponds with something that's in a drawer up there, it will go into the drawer. We're going to have to test that and make sure it works. Let's run downstairs. Alright. All connected. So now we should see, assuming we take this out, we should see everything. Yeah. Okay. Okay. And this is really the sort order I want. Oh, that's so much better. Wonderful. Now we are going to need some more discs. But this is a pretty good start. Now I do want to make sure that the priority thing is working. We may be dealing with large volumes of things, so this will be critical. So let's see. That's almost all the copper out of there. And then we should be able to pop the copper right back in here. And assuming we see it in the drawer, this will be a great convenience. And yeah, perfect. So anything we put into the grid that matches a drawer, because all these drawers are locked, it will go right into the drawer. That's really going to help us out with all these different kinds of wood. And we barely scratched the surface of productive trees. What do we got? We got 10, 20, 30, 40. We're not even at 50 yet, and I think there's 160 trees. And it's hard to see. Like we can sort of see the bark, but like we've got to get close up to see what the planks are going to be like. And down there, we can even put them into the crafting grid and see the planks. And if we decide we don't like them or we don't want to use them, we can just put it right back in there. The wood will go right back into the drawer. Alright, well now that we got all this together, it's time to start taking advantage. First thing we're going to do, I think, is finish the first floor of the house. We still got torches on the floor, like animals, folks. Animals. Wanted to see what stripped mangrove tables might look like. Yeah, like this might be the thing. I'll bet these have connected textures. So let's get some mangrove. Now, a lot of these macaws tables you kind of make out of each other with additional fences. We'll start with 6, and then I think we can do 6 of these. And I think these are definitely our chairs. Let's make some of these. Okay, I want to make sure everything's roomy. Used a block of space around. Now I think, nope, exactly the opposite. So, like so, and like so. Very nice. And we're going to use some more of this stuff. And hopefully, if I can learn to spell, there'll be some similar stuff in handcrafted, similar hue that we can get into. Now, at some point, I came up with these roast chickens. They're not that hard to craft. But these and a few other things in farmers, you gotta place. Oh, nice. We got some chicken on the table to get all smelly. Now, to replace the torches, I'd like to use some lamps from macaws. These are pretty nice. Oh, we can get rid of these. Come on. There we go. The nice thing about macaws is that the lamps also have a connected texture. So we could have one like that, and then we could have one just like that over there. Next thing should really be the kitchen ceiling. I'm gonna get some more of those framed slabs. Now I did complete some quests while we were making the AE stuff, and it looks like we get a couple of cool things. We get a wireless crafting terminal for once we set up wireless crafting. We've got a 16K storage component that we might be able to, let's see, here we go. We might be able to craft right up into a storage cell. Now this still holds 63 types, but we also got a cell workbench. And let's see, Configures partition based on... Okay, so we can partition here. So we could set this to be like only 1K storage cells if we like put this in there. Now we'll clear it because that's not what we want to do. A couple more storage cells though, not too bad. And this thing is cool. We're just gonna... I don't even think it needs power. We're just gonna throw it out of the way. Anything else? No. Alright, I got the ceiling of the kitchen together. But not really the floor. What I want to do is, we're getting this straw from the whirly sprig. I would like to make some canvas rugs. This stuff is just like any other carpet. I think it makes a particularly nice one for the kitchen. We got yellow terracotta there up on the frame slabs. Okay, just a little bit more in this, I don't know, whatever this room is. And definitely feels a lot better in here. This is all stuff from Handcrafted. And like the Macaw's stuff, it's all inventories. We use some of it out on the porch already. Supplementaries add some decorative stuff that we can take advantage of. I'm not sure if there's anything new in this version. Okay, what's this? Lumicine bottle. Okay, we'll have to wait on that. I don't have any glowberries out with the whirly sprig yet. But we could make one of these fancy clocks. Let's see. Make ourselves a nice goblet. Why not? See what else. The planters, again, there's some stuff we'll need. The flower boxes are fantastic. What else do we have? We got a doormat. Okay. Shelves we don't need. A sack or two for out on the porch might be nice. I think these will like keep the items that you put in them, but you can only interact with them when they're like up and down. Okay, what else do we have here? Cannon. That's cool. Some random things. Alright, so we're gonna put one of these flower boxes right on the table. You can also put them on the wall, and they work just fine. But what they do is really cool. Let's get up on top here. Does it kind of let us do it? Huh. Let's try this on the ground. Oh. I'm doing a wonderful job. Have these changed? Is there something wrong with them? Well, I'm not sure. So much for the flower boxes. The clock is really nice. We're gonna decorate this up a little bit. Let's check out the sacks. Put one right there. Yeah, it's got a couple inventory slots in it. You can see it's got the shears in there. Those are actually pretty cool. Another one over there. Everybody needs a doormat. Let's see. There we go. This goblet is placeable, and you can put liquids in it. I think you can put potions in it. They just make a nice color in the goblet. Okay, here's a nice clock. And I think this is, yeah, this is much better. But I think we're gonna call it here. And we'll pick up next time. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.